Have you ever felt like you were different from everyone else? Like there was something inside you that set you apart, something that made you see the world in a way that others simply couldn't understand? Chosen one. This feeling is not just your imagination. It is a sign that you were born for something greater, that your journey is not ordinary, but divinely orchestrated. You have always felt like an outsider, as if you didn't quite belong, yet deep down, you've known that your existence holds purpose beyond what meets the eye. This is not a coincidence, it is a calling. And if you have this one sign, it is proof that you are chosen. From the moment you were born, you have faced trials and tribulations that others simply cannot relate to. Life has tested you in ways that would have broken an average person. You have endured betrayal, rejection, and pain, not because you were weak, but because you were meant to rise above. This is the first sign of a chosen one, your ability to withstand storms that were designed to destroy you. While others crumble under pressure, you stand firm. You may bend, but you never break. Every wound, every scar, and every hardship has only made you stronger. But there is something deeper, something that cannot be ignored. You see beyond the surface. You have an innate ability to detect deception, to sense people's true intentions, and to read between the lines when others are oblivious. This is because your spirit is divinely tuned to higher frequencies. You do not just hear words, you feel energies. You know when someone is lying, even when they think they are fooling you. You can walk into a room and instantly pick up on the atmosphere. People may not always understand this about you, but they cannot hide from you either. You see through masks, and this is one of the clearest signs that you are set apart. Another undeniable sign. You are constantly attacked by darkness. The enemy does not waste time on those who are not a threat. If you have found yourself under constant spiritual warfare, if it seems like every time you take a step forward, something tries to pull you back, know that this is because you carry a light so powerful that darkness is terrified of it. You don't need to seek battles. Battles find you. But here's the truth. You were built to win. The attacks are proof of your power, and the fact that you are still standing after everything you've been through is the greatest evidence that you are unstoppable. Perhaps you have always felt a deep sense of responsibility, even from a young age. You care about truth, justice, and righteousness in a way that most people don't. You feel deeply for others, sometimes to the point where you carry burdens that are not even yours. You might have wondered why you feel emotions so intensely, why the pain of the world affects you so deeply. It is because you were designed to bring change. This world is full of deception, corruption, and darkness, but you were sent here to be a light. Your compassion, your wisdom, and your empathy are not weaknesses. They are gifts, and they are signs that you are chosen. But here's what truly sets you apart. You cannot fit into the crowd, no matter how hard you try. You have tried to be normal, to blend in, to just go along with what everyone else is doing. But something inside you refuses to conform. You feel uncomfortable in places where you don't belong. You find yourself outgrowing people, situations, and even mindsets. You crave deeper conversations, real connections, and a purpose-driven life. While others are satisfied with distractions, you are drawn toward truth. You cannot settle for the ordinary because you were created for the extraordinary. If you have experienced this pull, this sense that you are meant for something greater, this restlessness that won't let you stay where you are, then this is the most powerful sign of all. You are a chosen one, and your journey is not random, it is divinely orchestrated. You are awakening, and the more you step into your true self, the more the world will take notice. And so, chosen one, ask yourself, do you have this sign? Have you experienced what we have spoken about today? Because if you have, you are not alone, you are not crazy, You are not imagining things. You are stepping into your divine identity, and nothing, no force, no person, no circumstance can stop what God has planned for you. As you begin to awaken to the truth of who you are, chosen one, you will notice that the world around you reacts differently. The deeper you step into your purpose, the more resistance you face. This is not a sign that you are on the wrong path. In fact, it is the greatest confirmation that you are exactly where you need to be. Darkness will always try to extinguish the light, but the light within you cannot be dimmed. If you have experienced unprovoked hatred, jealousy, or envy, it is not because of anything you have done. It is because of who you are. People sense your greatness long before you do. Even those who don't believe in anything spiritual can't help but feel the presence you carry. They may not be able to explain it, but their spirit recognizes something divine within you, something that threatens the very existence of their comfort zone. One of the most telling signs that you are a chosen one is the way people react to your presence. You don't have to say a word, and yet your energy speaks volumes. Have you noticed how some people seem intimidated by you for no apparent reason? Or how others are inexplicably drawn to you, as if they can sense the peace and wisdom you carry? This is because your spirit radiates a frequency that disrupts the darkness around you. Your very existence is a mirror reflecting the truths people are too afraid to face. This is why you find yourself surrounded by people who either adore you or despise you. There is no middle ground. Your light forces a reaction. It compels those around you to either confront their own shadows or flee from them. And in this journey, you may find yourself alone more often than not. But this solitude is not a curse. It is a gift. It is in these quiet moments that God speaks to you, revealing secrets and truths that others are too distracted to hear. You are being equipped, prepared, and strengthened for what is ahead. While others are consumed with the noise of the world, you are receiving divine downloads, instructions for your purpose, clarity for your path. You may have questioned why relationships ended, why friendships faded, or why you could never truly connect with those around you. It's because you are not called to blend in. You are called to stand out. Isolation is the breeding ground for revelation, and you, chosen one, are being given insights that are not available to everyone. There is another sign that many of you have experienced, a relentless drive to grow and improve. While others are content to stay stagnant, you are always seeking more knowledge, more understanding, more depth. You are not satisfied with surface-level conversations or shallow connections. You crave the extraordinary, and this is because you were designed for it. This insatiable hunger for growth is not a flaw. It is a signal. It is God's way of pulling you closer to your purpose, of reminding you that you are not like the rest. The reason you feel restless, the reason you cannot settle, the reason you are constantly searching is because your spirit knows there is more, and it won't let you stop until you find it. Have you also noticed how doors open for you that remain closed to others? Opportunities seem to find you, favor follows you, and blessings appear out of nowhere. This is not luck, this is divine alignment. When you are walking in your purpose, the universe conspires to support you. What others have to fight for, you receive effortlessly. This is because you are not operating under the same principles as the rest of the world. You are guided, protected, and favored in ways that cannot be explained by logic or reason. But with this favor comes responsibility. You are not given these gifts just to keep them for yourself. You are a vessel, a conduit through which divine energy flows. Your presence alone can shift the atmosphere, bring peace to chaos, and ignite hope in despair. You are meant to influence, to lead, to heal. Your journey is not just about you. It is about the countless lives that will be touched by your existence. So, chosen one, reflect on these signs. Have you felt the isolation, the resistance, the relentless drive for growth? Have you experienced favor in places where you should have been overlooked? Have you noticed how people react to your presence, how they are either drawn to your light or repelled by it? These are not coincidences, these are confirmations. God is revealing to you your true identity, and with that revelation comes power. Power to change the world, to break generational curses, to bring light to the darkest corners of existence. As we continue this journey, we will explore the final signs that confirm you are not just another person walking this earth. You are a chosen one, set apart for a purpose far greater than you could ever imagine. And now, chosen one, as we reach the final revelation of your journey, it is time to understand the true weight of your calling. You have spent years questioning, wondering why life has been so different for you compared to those around you. You have walked through storms that would have broken others, yet you are still standing. You have felt isolation, yet deep inside, you always knew that you were never truly alone. The signs have been there all along, guiding you, preparing you, shaping you. Now, the final truth is being revealed. You are not like the rest. You were never meant to be. One of the final and most undeniable signs that you are a chosen one is the way darkness fears you. Have you noticed how negativity, evil intentions, and bad energy seem to scatter whenever you walk into a room? It's as if the very presence of your spirit makes them uncomfortable. They can't stand to be near you because your light exposes their darkness. People with bad intentions may have tried to manipulate or hurt you, but in the end, they could never fully succeed. No matter how much they plotted, no matter how much they spoke against you, they could never touch you. That is because God's hand is upon you. You carry a divine anointing, and nothing formed against you will ever prosper. The attacks you have faced in your life were not because you were weak, but because the enemy knew you were strong. Your presence alone is a threat to everything that is false, everything that is built on lies and illusions. Have you noticed how certain people avoid you? They can't stand to be near you because they know they can't deceive you. You see through the masks. You hear what is not being said. You feel what others ignore. But here's the most powerful truth of all. You don't have to fight your battles alone. Every time someone tried to bring you down, every time someone spoke against you, every time someone plotted behind your back, God stepped in. How many times have you seen your enemies fall apart while you continued to rise? How many times have you thought you were losing, only to come out stronger, wiser, and more blessed? This is because you are protected in ways that others are not. While they rely on their own strength, you have something far greater. You have divine favor, guidance, and protection. And that brings us to the final sign. Your life is not your own. You were sent here for a greater purpose. You are not just here to exist. You are here to shift things, to change lives, to break chains that have bound generations. This is why your journey has been different. This is why your pain had purpose. Every struggle, every betrayal, every lonely night was not in vain. It was shaping you into who you were always meant to be. But here's where the real shift begins, when you finally accept it. When you stop running from your calling, when you step into your power without fear, without hesitation. Because chosen one, the time for doubt is over. The time for questioning is done. You know who you are. The signs are no longer hidden. They are clear, undeniable, and powerful. You carry something that the world needs, something that cannot be ignored. You have been chosen, set apart, anointed for something bigger than yourself. You were never meant to fit in because you were born to stand out. And now, the final question is not whether you have the sign, but whether you are ready to embrace it. Will you keep hiding your power, trying to blend in, suppressing the very thing that makes you divine? Or will you finally step forward into the life you were meant to live? The universe has been waiting for you to wake up to your true nature. Look back at your life, at all the moments that tried to break you, but only made you stronger. At all the times you thought you were alone, only to realize you were being watched over. At all the betrayals, the rejections, the losses, that were not punishments, but preparations. The chosen ones are not just given power, they are forged through fire. Every hardship was a test, every setback was a lesson, every pain was a piece of the puzzle leading you to this moment. Now, you stand at the threshold of destiny. The world is watching, your enemies are trembling. The forces that once opposed you now realize they cannot stop what has been ordained. The moment you fully accept your calling, the moment you walk boldly in your divine purpose, the entire universe shifts in your favor. Doors that were once closed will swing open. The people who doubted you will fall silent. The ones who betrayed you will regret ever crossing you, because when a chosen one steps into their true power, nothing can stand against them. This is your time. No more waiting, no more hiding, no more doubting yourself. The signs have been revealed. The path is before you. Will you walk it? You are a chosen one, and the world is about to witness your rise.